Hey everyone, TJ here. So I'm going to talk to you about trans fats for week 3 of Exercise for the Heart program. So week 3 challenge is all about trans fats and the challenge that will go along with it. So I'm going to talk to you about what a trans fat is. So a trans fat is pretty much manufactured through a process in which hydrogen is added to a liquid, so a liquid oil, and then it causes the oil to become a solid at room temperature. And so then pretty much that oil solid becomes either partially hydrogenated oil or hydrogenated oil that you find on the back of your food labels. So then pretty much what that oil solid does is when it comes to the shelf life of things like food products that are shelf stable, that it prevents them from spoiling so that they last longer on the shelf itself. So the effects of trans fats on the body. So the kind that I'm talking about is more of an artificial trans fat. So again, manufactured or industrially produced or commercial produced. So pretty much it's going to raise your bad cholesterol, so your LDLs, so think L for lousy, and then it's going to lower your good cholesterol or your HDLs or H for happy, if that helps you remember. So then it also will increase your risk of developing heart disease, arterial complications, so your arteries and your veins getting clogged up with that sort of trans fat, and also strokes. So pretty much like we're associating, the trans fats that's going to cause heart disease and possibly type 2 diabetes. So what do you find trans fats in? Again, so if we think shelf stable, it's going to be the things that mostly are on the shelf. So it's going to be things like microwave popcorn, non-dairy creamer, cookies. But then we start getting into things like maybe canned biscuits or pizza dough or donuts or any sort of pastry that uses like shortening, but also like stick margarine or shortening. So surprising what you'll find trans fat in. But let's talk about where to find trans fat on the label of any item. So I'm going to show you, and I really hope this shows up well. So I'm going to put my finger right underneath how you would find trans fat on the label. So if I center the challenges of recording. So where my finger is, so right above that is the trans fat. So it says 0 grams, but for Food and Drug Administration standards, if it's 0.5, they don't have to put it on the label as 0.5. They could say that it's 0. So do be aware that when you are eating those types of foods, that there may still be trans fat in it, even if it says 0. All right. So read your labels and then look under your ingredients if it says anything about partially hydrogenated oil, hydrogenated oil. Maybe it says margarine or some sort of like palm shortening, any sort of like fat like that. Again, if it's on the shelf, because you'll find it even in candy. Not that I don't really think that my chocolate bar has it, but just read the label. And so for the challenge for the week is to avoid eating those particular foods for 3 days, whether it's consecutive days or non-consecutive days. All right. Thank you for your participation. Bye.